action.
Hey guys, and welcome to Volume 4 of A Couple's Thing, where we touch on
A couple things.
in this episode, we will be talking about two different topics: chasing your dreams for passion or money and fame, and
Open communication. How honest should you be? Brutally honest, or sometimes,
beating around the bush.
All right, let's kick it off. Chasing your dreams for passion or money and fame. My dream was to be, a baseball player, stuff like that. It was more sports orientated, so that kind of fell off like after high school,
Okay.
And then you gotta find your other dream, or you just. My whole mindset when I was a kid was like, graduate high school, go to college, and my whole thing was like, I just want to wear a suit to work and like just be successful. Like that was my thought process.
Really?
Yeah, like have an office, $50K a year, and just
That
that
was
mediocre life. That
Okay.
was the goal because I really was kind of after baseball. I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So that was the goal. Just have a life where
And I'm more than sure you're not the only person.
yeah, the whole basic ass life. Make at least $50K, enough to have an apartment and have to do this and stuff like that. But never really feeling like a dream is attainable.
Okay.
Or trying to focus on what else could that dream be. I was listening to something today. It wasn't Marlon Wayans. He was on, I think, one of the morning shows. He was talking about chasing your dreams and stuff like that. And he's talking about like the next generation, like his kids, his nephews and stuff like that. They all go to school, Ivy League school, or because they have money, so they afford a pretty much good education. So he was talking about like even if that doesn't work out, you go to school to be a writer, go to school to do whatever you want to do. If that doesn't work out, you can still go to the school of Waynes. So meaning like you can still go their route. High school, just hustle, learn your craft, and do what you got to do. But what I'm trying to get to is he was talking about even if you don't pretty much like I want to be a baseball player. He was saying like if his kids want to be an actor and that doesn't work out, learn how to write a screenplay, learn how to be in Hollywood somehow, some way. So after like baseball really didn't pan out, I should have went for like, coach or physical therapist or agent and things of that nature.
But not dreams
I mean,
of
go
baseball.
all the way for it.
Yeah.
And then
But
have a
did you
backup
go
plan
for
to
it?
be in that
Did you
industry.
go for
No,
it?
not really.
Why?
After I didn't go to a Catholic school, that's where you really they really look at you, scouts and stuff like that. My parents, couldn't afford it or whatever. I kind of just checked out. And once I was in high school, I don't know, I just checked out. I was like, once I didn't I was supposed to go to Christ the King. Once I didn't go there to play baseball, and I went to like John Adams, even though that was a good baseball program for like a public school, I don't know, I just checked out. I was just on some young dumb shit, and I just cut school. I would make each team and then fail off. So like it was just some young dumb shit.
So then
I kind of lost the passion for it at that time because I was going through some personal stuff in my life. But
so will you say then that it really wasn't your dream?
No, it was my dream.
Yeah?
Yes, as a kid, since I could talk, I was baseball this, baseball that, baseball this, baseball that. And it was always my dream. Maybe like it messed me up a little bit because I couldn't go to the high school I wanted to go to, but I kind of checked out. So that could have been it. Or just sometimes you see a dream and you just feel like it's unattainable. So maybe it was a pipe dream, but still, I had the talent to do it though. So it's a regret, but I wish I would have followed that. As in, you could be a sports writer, you could be on ESPN talking shit about sports all day, and that's their job. Like I should have really pursued that and stuff like that.
Do you believe that you can have more than one dream?
Yeah, you definitely have more than one dream.
And this is a good question, I think. Do you feel that you wanted to be a baseball player for fame and money, to gain like a certain popularity and to be the best, or did you really just
Nah, you know me, and when I was really playing sports hard, I was the most passionate person ever. Like, I would strike out, I would start bawling, crying, because I feel like I let down my whole team, and we could be up 12-1.
Really?
Yeah. And even basketball, like I was just an emotional wreck. Anytime I felt like I disappointed somebody or disappointed myself or I did something wrong, like I'll be so tight. Just that's when I had like the biggest temper in the world. But that passion made me good because I didn't want to let anybody down.
Yeah.
Myself, my coaches, my parents. So I was a sore loser. I always say that everybody's like, oh, nobody likes a sore loser. No. If I have a kid and I have a son and he's not a sore loser, that means he accepts losing.
Failure. Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to be a sore loser because you're gonna fight your whole life not to be a loser.
Yeah.
I'm talking too much.
No, you're not.
She's more about the dreams, actually.
No, this is great because I feel like off camera you don't talk a lot about this.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know how many people actually went through this as well.
I'm sure.
And I'm sure you're touching a lot of souls right now because they probably felt like the same way that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice to hear you talk about it.
Anyway, what do you feel? Because I know that you have...
My dream is acting. A lot of people already know that, and a lot of people consider it a pipe dream. And when I got older, I realized that it was difficult for me to tell people what my dream was, because I feel when an actor tells another person, oh, I'm into acting, the other person laughs in their face because they think of it only as a pipe dream.
But that's dumb because like you said with Major League, like how is it the opportunity for you to make it? Like is it possible?
See, but that's
with acting. There's even more, especially now with Hulu, Netflix,
yeah,
all
in that
these things,
sense,
YouTube,
today, yes, yes.
Today, yes. There's so many different outlets, and there's so many different jobs inside that whole bubble of one film.
I can tell you this: it's one of the hardest things to get into, though, and to be successful in it. Personally, what do I want out of it? I always say that if you have a dream, you'll do it for free. That's how you know you love something. If you will do it for $0, which you shouldn't, of course, but I mean, when you start out, who are you? You're not Leonardo DiCaprio. You have to start somewhere. You should want to do what you love for free. It should be fun. You should feel motivated, inspired all the time. It should be something you never, ever stop thinking about. Like, I know when I don't remember how old I was. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Whenever that movie launched, I think it was, 96, 95? I don't know. That was the movie where I knew that I was interested in acting. And it was, Leonardo DiCaprio was on the screen crying. And I think he was like being held by Big Mama or whatever her name was. And yeah, and I literally started crying. I think it was my first time crying for something that was on TV, but I didn't understand that TV was fake. I didn't know that it was fiction. I thought that what was happening in a TV when I was little was real.
I thought the Wonder Years was like actually filmed,
happening, right?
Like, in the era they filmed it in.
Okay.
So when I see Fred Savage and something else, I'm like,
What
why
are
this
you doing
nigga
there?
age?
Yeah, okay.
I don't say that word. Why hasn't he aged? Like, why? What is going on? When I see him in like Little Monsters, I'm like, but that was in like 1960. Like, this is 1990 something.
Okay, well that's similar to what happened to me, because I would watch it and I remember telling my mom, like, what's happening? Like, is this real? Like, whatever I'm feeling right now, I knew that I wanted to make people feel that way. So the minute
I want to touch on one thing.
Go ahead.
And like when I used to watch like old movies and old stuff like that, like I was like, when they were all in like black and white and stuff, I used to ask my parents like, when did we start seeing colors in life? I feel like that's how it was back then. You just walk down the street, everything black and white.
Imagine. Life would be a little easier.
Maybe I was a dumb kid.
No.
Comment below if anybody else felt that way.
I mean, I felt that way too. It was very weird. I literally believed that in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, that was happening.
Yeah.
I thought I was sitting on my couch and Leonardo DiCaprio was literally crying in that woman's arms.
Well,
like,
maybe that's how good of an actor he is. Like,
yeah, well, my mom had to explain to me, this is a movie. They spend this amount of time making it, and they are portraying the lives of other people or just creating scenarios and stories, and I fell in love with that. And automatically, I remember the first time we ever got a printer, my mother bought me, and all the ink used to be missing, and she used to wonder what the hell was going on. And I used to print out the scripts to friends the show ER, and Untamed Heart with Christian Slater and Marissa Tomei. I used to print out this entire script. I'm talking about this thick.
I didn't know this, by the way.
Okay. I used to print out the scripts, lock myself in the bathroom in front of the medicine cabinet, and read out the lines.
Yeah.
And hours would go by, and that's what I was doing, and that's how I knew that I had a passion for acting. Anyway, I really felt self-conscious about pursuing the career because so many people would laugh at me when I would say that's what I wanted to do.
People think it's far-fetched to seeing somebody on the movies, but
Yeah.
everybody that's on TV was a regular-ass person in real life. They all have their story. So all those people are just haters because they can't think like that, and they don't see a dream like that, and they want you where they are. Reality, crab in a bucket mentality.
Yeah.
So those people you stay away from. You get with people that are motivated.
Which
and all that
is
stuff.
I feel like what I've been doing, and it's made me more passionate. It's made me want to fulfill it even more. I cannot go a single moment without thinking about it. Like anytime you see me watch a show, I am analyzing their choices, why they do it, where they went. I personally used to think that acting was the director hands you the script and he tells you, all right, cry. All right, say this line, but scream that word. And then I learned that's not it at all. Like, you bring out the character completely and you make it your own. And if you don't feel like crying in a moment that's emotional, you don't have to, because that's genuine. And it made me love the craft even more. And so I know that nothing in the world will ever make me happy until I am doing that. And I don't mean like happy with my life. I mean happy in the working field. I don't care how much money. I don't care if I make $10 off of it, as long as I change someone's life, affect them in some sort of way, the way Leonardo DiCaprio made the hairs on my arm stand when I was whatever age I was.
Just
so
slap your titty though. Hair on your titties?
No, I went like this. But yeah, so do you believe that people can have more than one dream, or do you think it's just one thing you're destined to do?
I mean, you always have that one dream that you want to do for the most part.
Yeah.
But there's other things you like in life. I have a very big passion for music.
Yes, you do.
I would always love to be a producer, just like a Diddy, Khaled. It was always in the back of my head, honestly, always. But I just didn't know the avenues of the way. Or you just feel like it's so unobtainable. Still to this day, I feel that way. But it is what it is. We'll see how this goes. Maybe it goes into a couples thing. Web series, see if I got some acting chops or something. And
I think he does.
get it from there. Maybe be the new Insecure or something. Shout out to Issa.
I think you do. I honestly feel like you do. I've been telling him he has to read a script with me so bad. We have to start filming our own thing. We're on to something. We're
do
on
some
to
scandal acting.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
He hates scandals.
Olivia, why did you do this like this? They all talk like this very intensely. We'll do that. Is that good? Comment below. Do you chase the money or do you chase the dream? And if you chase your dream and the money doesn't come, what do you do then? How do you feel about that?
If you chase the dream and the money doesn't come, I find that you will always find a way. When you really...
Like porno?
No. When you really...
Half the girls that go to Hollywood,
They do that because they don't want... They want to live a certain lifestyle. I personally believe.
But they probably didn't have the chops. They just thought that they went out there, I'm cute, everybody says I'm talented in Hicksville, fucking North Carolina. No offense. But
No offense.
everybody says they're super talented in a little hick town and everything. Then they go out to the big time and then like they realize that everything around them is like, oh shit,
It's real.
I'm not ready for this. Like these people study, like these people are real.
Yeah.
It depends how much you put into your craft
Yes.
and how determined you are. Like, I think Will Smith said that. You believe in a plan B. He was like, no.
I don't.
Because
either.
if you believe in a plan B, then you're not going
ready.
to put all your eggs in that one basket of plan A to make sure that shit works out.
If he said this, I think it was more like this. There is no plan B, because then you're just setting yourself up for failure with plan
I
A.
think somebody rapped that, like, if my plan A don't work, my plan B is to make sure my plan A works.
Well, I think that's a beautiful thing, and it's so true. Like, I recently have said that I don't want to sit back and just wait for it to happen. And sometimes, I'm not even gonna lie, because we have to keep it 100% real, I feel trapped at my job because I feel like I have no opportunity and no life to go and audition and to be rejected and go through that whole thing. But you never know when you're gonna make it. So one of the reasons for me starting this channel and this show is to be some sort of therapy for people out there and to
Therapy
share
for
our
you.
It's therapy
like,
for me.
I honestly noticed, like, you would come home, you think, she always thinks, like, I ask her how her day is, and then she goes off like, okay, I'll open the door to work, and then she just goes rambles on and on and on and on. And she thinks that I don't want to hear it because I kind of like tone out. Sometimes I'm sure she sees that, but it's just because I'm tired of hearing her complain about the same thing, and I keep telling her the same thing. Go to your last job. It was more flexible. Don't worry about it. We'll figure out the bills. We figured it out when you was at your last job. Like, she just got a new job, salary. She making good money, working real, working 40 hours a week and stuff like that. Work conditions, but she's just not happy because she's not doing what she wants to do. So I always told her, like, it don't matter. Like, we start living comfortably, getting more money into the house. But I'm like, at the end of the day, the money doesn't matter. If you're not happy, then you're not happy. Like, ain't nothing gonna be solved that way by just making money. And that's why if you chase the money, man, you're not gonna be successful in your heart, at least.
Money buys no
because
happiness.
you're gonna say you get that bag, and then you're like, fuck, but I'm doing something that I don't even want to do. I don't even love. Like, then how much is that bag worth? It's worth shit.
Yeah. It's so true, because you can have all of these beautiful things and feel comfortable and go eat all these beautiful dinners and buy the stuff that you couldn't afford before, but every day you're getting up to do something that you have to do, not to do something that you want to do. And I feel like that is so important, and it's one of the reasons why I've been lighting a fire under our asses, because I really believe, I know that this is gonna go somewhere. Ugh.
My problem is emotional. See, that's how much it means to her. So follow your dreams. As long as you're chasing it and you're aiming for that goal, you can't be sad in your life if you know you're trying to pursue that. If you're just doing one thing that you don't want to do, just a regular 9 to 5, and you're not doing anything on the side to pursue your dreams, then you don't want your fucking dreams, so you deserve to be miserable. But as long as you're doing something to be that, then go for it. It's like somebody complaining that they fat all day, but they sit on the couch and eat donuts. I don't want to hear about you complaining that you're fat. Go do it. Like, say shit. She complains about being fat. I'm like, work out. She was like, oh, you're fat too. But I'm like, you don't see me complaining though.
Yes, you do. Shut up.
When I don't fit into my suits, that's about it. But I'm a cocky ass dude. Like, it don't matter how fat I get. But as long as you do what you love, or you pursue, at least pursue it. If you're always pursuing it and you never get it, at least you wake up every day knowing that I have this, and that to try to get it. Like, we doing this every week. At least every time we finish filming, every time we finish editing, it feels like that feeling of like accomplishment.
Yeah, he just told me today, right when we were setting up, thank you for pushing us, because otherwise we would just be sitting on the couch. And like, it's so important to just never give up. I spent 4 hours editing our last video on my phone because it was corrupted on our computer, and I just like yeah. I just want this bad. Okay. Next topic. Can you give me tissue? It's probably because I have my period. Moral of the story is, whatever you want to do, whether it be acting, accountant, a lawyer, you can do it. don't let anyone steer you away from that dream. There is no such thing as a pipe dream. There are people that literally come from being homeless to having $5 billion corporations. Like, it is possible. It just takes hard work, determination, and staying inspired. And
persistence.
You know what else?
Blinders.
Staying away from people that bring your energy level down. Stay around people that are focused and trying to do the same things. It doesn't matter if you've been friends for 40 years. If that person is dragging you down and you're not on the same level, and I don't mean intelligence-wise, I just mean in general, stay away and be in your own path. And that's something that I've been trying to instill in both of us. Let's just stay away from the negativity and stay on a positive level so that we can, yes, get this bag because everyone needs it to survive, of course, but so that we can be at a place where we are fulfilled emotionally and mentally, and then constantly stimulated.
We know we could get the bag, and we live in New York, and we're surviving in an apartment in New York and have food to eat and everything, so we could get the bag. Now let's get this passion. And everybody, like, since I've been, this is what, volume 4, ever since we launched the YouTube thing, I'm getting people talking here, some people support, some people like think it's funny, but most of the people that I get heavy support from are people that are chasing their own dream as well. Like the heavy support, and like give me ideas and let's do this. Shout out to Elliot, shout out to Garfield. They want to put music on our YouTube.
That's amazing because
everything has to be copyrighted. So everybody that has their own little passion is the ones that really are like, yo, I want to be on the show. I love what y'all doing. Da 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 da. And even just people, close friends, just showing love. Like, I appreciate that.
And stay. Quick note: just stay away from the people that don't support you during the heavy time, because this right now is the building. This is the beginning. All the people.
Shout out to the haters too. We got one dislike from a subscriber. Yo, everybody subscribe and hate my shit, but you have to subscribe and view it. Shout out to the hater. You
have people that are gonna support you from the beginning till you make it, and what I have noticed is people aren't like that. They aren't like that. Like they're waiting for your time to shine, and they'll say hi and bye. But then when that moment comes, oh my God, remember when we went to dinner in 2014? Put me on the show. But where are those people during the hard time when we need the support?
Thank you, Beef Alert. Shout out to Jaquan. Reposted
Follow Beef Alert on Instagram, guys. You know, we have to support everybody.
Everybody that's following their dream and just trying to do their own hustle.
Comment below if you want us to shout you out.
And not trying to be your own boss. Like that's the goal in life. I don't want to work for the white man my whole life. Straight up. Like I want to work for myself. My hard work should be putting money in my own pocket, my own family's pocket, and I could employ everybody that I love. That's the goal.
We are all right now. We are all living someone else's dream. And when you really sit back and think about it, you have to start and create your legacy immediately. You can't sit on it. You can't get comfortable, and you cannot stay stagnated, because it is just going to take you nowhere, and you're going to be miserable and have money? Where's that taking you? Like, it's nice and it's beautiful to have all these chains and cars, but where is the dream? Where is the fulfillment? And you have to spread the love, and then you have to support everyone else that's going this hard for their dream. And that's it. Bodega Bams, man, like, that was my friend for so many years. And I remember we would go to parties and we would be in the house, and he would be in his room locked writing lyrics. And we would beg him to get out of his room to come drink and have fun. And he used to say, nah, chill. And now he's on Hot 97. And now he has videos. He's on Smilf on Showtime. Like, he is doing his thing. Shout out to you. Like, that is amazing. And that is what this is all about. Just growing, being better, and supporting one another. And that is the end of topic 1.
Nope, it's not.
Okay. Go ahead, baby.
Nah, because I just remember when you saying, like, could you have 2 dreams? Like, I think Kanye West is a genius. He's a musical genius, but he's actually, and he, look at the different, like, I think he's an asshole. I don't respect all his views and stuff like that, the whole Trump shit, fuck all that. But I do respect him in a way of just how he looks at life and, like, just, like, the good things. He's bipolar, so the good side of Kanye I'm going to talk about. What did he do? He He did beats, locked himself doing beats for what, 6 summers. All these beats.
They hear that, you know.
And then his beats blew up. But he was like, no, my passion is rapping. So I'm gonna keep rapping till they see me. So he'll send people's beats with his verses on them. See if they keep it on there. He'll keep rapping. So finally Dame Dash gave him the opportunity. And obviously he's the Kanye West we know now. But that wasn't enough for him. He had all the millions in the world, all the respect in the world as being the greatest artist in our time, all the Grammys in the world, and he was like, no, my passion now is fashion. And then he followed his second dream, and there was so many doors closed on him, numerous doors closed on him. Nike pretty much played him.
Yeah,
and
they
then,
didn't want to give him creative authority.
Yeah, and then he was just trying to make his own fashion line, doors closed on him. Then he finally got off the ground, and now Yeezy's jumping over jumping. So if you have other dreams, chase those too.
And now
chase them all at the same time.
And now he's building real estate, and he's gonna be the biggest real estate. And I believe it because here's the thing:
he puts his mind on
he manifests.
Yeah, he puts his mind on something. He's like, no, I'm gonna do this. You know how much money he lost trying to pursue fashion? He went bankrupt and all that
and
stuff.
He's smart. He decided instead of doing Fashion Week, what's the point of that? Let me do it myself. Put it on my wife, because I'm sorry, you guys can hate on Kim Kardashian all you want, but she is a brand. She wears something, you want to buy it. Kim Kardashian is popular being a businesswoman. Yes, she's a serious hustler. She does not stop. She has many dreams, and she is fulfilling all of them. And I feel like that is one of the smartest things Kanye West did. He put all his clothes on her, sold out Yeezy season. And what, 6 or 7? Yeah, put it on Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton, everyone sees what she's wearing. Boom, put it on Tiana Taylor. Boom, put it on Kylie Jenner. And it just makes sense because it saves money. He's not giving money to the other man, to the white man. And he keeps it in the family. It's a beautiful thing. And you have something else?
No, that's it. Chase your dream, kids. Straight up. Even if you thought it was a little dream and you really can't see it manifesting, just take it day by day, step by step. It doesn't happen overnight. And you gotta keep pursuing it. You know how many people been in the music business 15 years and still haven't popped?
Taraji P. Henson has been an actress since she was 25.
Since she was almost 40.
She has been acting and trying to make it since she was 25 years old. I think she moved to LA with no money and her kid. And everybody found her to be a laughing stock. Nobody believed her. Just now is when she is really making it. Headlining, has her own show, her own movies. It takes time.
Yeah, it's her own movies. Yeah.
I know, I'm not like, and I've always said this, and Camille, you know this, everyone knows this. Whenever I said that I'm going to be in a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, I've never said like, oh my God, in 2 years, I'm going to be in a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. No, but guess what? In 10, 15 years, I am.
And the thing about acting is you don't have to be the new, young, hot thing. There's a role for everybody.
You can act till you're 100 years old.
Exactly. Acting lasts forever. There's a role for each particular age group. There's demographics. So.
But I want to bring it for the Afro-Latinas because let me tell you, there is no place for us. I went to an audition once, and I feel like it's so important to say this because I'm more than sure there are so many people that are going through this as well. Probably yesterday if you went on an audition. I went for an audition for a Spanish Latina, and I don't remember what the role was. Whatever it was, the casting director said I'm not Spanish enough, and they were looking for a Sofia Vergara. They were looking for a Catherine Zeta-Jones. But the fact that my first language is Spanish and that I'm dark-skinned, my hair is curly and a little bit coarse, it didn't fit the bill for what they were looking for. They wanted long hair, super curvy, green eyes, and light skin. And there are not many Hispanic women in the acting industry, and I want to change that, and I want to open up the floodgates. Like, I would love to be the voice behind the first Disney Afro-Latina princess. We need that in this world. You know what I mean? Like, there, of course, there's Zoe.
Zoe's from Astoria.
She's happened.
She's dark skinned, but the one thing, she got typecast too.
She did.
She was playing the black girl in
Every movie. Her parents are black and white in every movie. Or she's only she is only African American. Jennifer Lopez. She is hardly ever Hispanic in a film. And if she has been, no, pay attention. If she has been, she was a maid in Manhattan. In Maid in Manhattan, she lived in the Bronx, and she was Hispanic. That's it. But in every other
Spanish
movie,
in Selena.
because she's playing an autobiography, that's completely different. There's movies where she's Italian, white. She always has, like, what I do love is they never put her in a state where she was poor. You know what I mean? Like, she was always a distinguished,
because she had control. Because she's
organized
J-Lo.
woman.
She has control of what
Amen.
she picks.
Amen. But we need more of that. All right. Next topic. Having an open communication and how honest should you be? What are your thoughts on that? Do you consider, I'll ask this, do you consider yourself an honest person? On a scale from 1 to 10, how honest would you say you are?
10. 9.8.
9.8?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say sometimes I could be a 10, but I'll bring it down to a 9.5 for some.
In a relationship, yeah, you have to be honest. One, you have to be honest with a woman. They're gonna find out if you're lying, straight up. They can see it in your face. And honesty is the best policy.
I believe that honesty is imperative in any relationship you have, whether it be your parents, friends, and relationships. I try my best not to hold any filters.
Honesty is still holding filters. There's a way you could say things that might hurt somebody in a nice way.
Well, yeah, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
But you're still being honest.
Yeah, you said there's no filters.
There is no filter.
I mean, just get to your point the right way. Like, I'm always honest with her. It's omitting stuff being not honest.
Yes.
What if it's omitting certain stuff that doesn't matter at all?
But it doesn't matter to whom? To you. You see, that's the problem with omitting the truth, because it's something that you feel you have to keep to yourself.
Situation. Like, say I go out or whatever.
Okay.
And
make it spicy so I can punch you in the face.
Alright, say I go out or whatever, and somebody like was being flirtatious with me, but I ignored it. Do I have to tell you about the whole night and bring that up so you could like hate that person or?
Yes. What do you mean hate that person? Do I know this person?
This is a fucking hypothetical.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I felt the heat right now.
In that.
I don't know that bitch.
No. In what you're saying, is this a stranger? Is this a person I know? Is this a person that I've heard of?
It doesn't matter, but either way, if I dubbed it or it wasn't a big deal and whatever, brushed it off, why should I just have to bring that up when all you're gonna do is get angry about nothing?
Okay, now here's the thing with a situation like that, and he doesn't like to think of these factors because he likes to think
this,
of,
and she knows I do this.
Yeah, he only thinks of the peaches and the berries falling from the sky.
Oh, sorry to be a fucking optimist.
And no, and I'm not. That doesn't make me unoptimistic. It makes me a realist at the end of the day.
I'm a realist.
No, you're not.
But I think the best of people. I'm gonna think the best of people until you prove me wrong.
Okay, and so do I. Innocent till proven guilty. Absolutely,
nigga.
Baby. Innocent until proven guilty.
Unless it's a bitch that I work with or that's close to me, she's guilty first.
No, I've always
until
been.
she proves that she could be trusted. Don't fucking
no,
front.
I'm when I say innocent until proven guilty, I mean in the sense of, I'm not gonna hate somebody unless they do something that gets me to that point. Now, if you go out with your friends and you're out with your coworkers, right? And you guys are all sitting down and a girl comes up and flirts with you. And a girl comes up and flirts with you. This is the point that men do not think about. Girl comes up and flirts with you. Yes, you dub it. You did a beautiful job at that. But then, later on that night, once you leave your boys, they text you about it and they're like, yo, son, that bitch was fly. She had a fat ass. You're a stronger man than I am for dubbing her. Blah, blah, blah. And I just happened to see that. I just happened to see that.
How, Sway?
Okay. Either I go through your phone,
Oh,
or
why are we doing such things?
can I finish? Either I go through your phone, or let's say I'm just sitting over and I see it over your shoulder while you're texting them back. It's possible. He doesn't hide his phone from me. So what if they just text you, your phone is open and it's sitting there and I see it?
Have I read anything on your phone over shoulder, laying there, notification?
You have even seen my I'm on Instagram and you'll look and you'll be like, ha ha ha. That's you looking at my phone. That's not a bad thing and it's okay. It's not like the end of the world. What I'm saying is, how would that look? That looks like an explanation.
It happens so many times, and I'm like, I didn't mention it for that fucking purpose. It's gonna avoid a fight.
No,
it's so minute. It's so minute to me, and even though I know it might be a big deal for you, but like it's so minute, and the situation's over, done with, no harm, no foul. Come home to my wife. I don't get this. What's the issue?
Because if it turns around,
if somebody hollering at you at a bar, I expect that. You're not gonna tell me about everybody that approached you at the bar and you had to dub. You was like,
well, nobody approached you. Believe it or not, but I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but what I am saying is,
especially because I know how you are. You could actually say that. I'm like, I know, babe, you look good. I see how you
He's
look
not getting it.
when you left the house.
He's not getting it. You're not getting it. My point is, when
I
you
get the
omit,
point, because if you find out later on your own, yes, it's a bigger fucking storm.
So, for example, I'll bring up a real life example. He does this thing every year with his job called Rugged Maniac. Hush. He does this thing called Rugged Maniac. When I was working at his job, that is the thing I went there too. Cool, whatever. So, he goes to Rugged Maniac. I didn't go with him. I stood home. I was waiting for him to get home because we had to go to his parents' house. And on social media, I see a person that should not be there. Person that should not be there was in all the photos of the group photos that they take as a tradition. He never told me. It never came out his mouth. Hush. You didn't say a single thing.
I was gonna tell you.
No. You see, that's the thing. I was gonna tell you. I don't know that, number one. Number two, you waited too long.
Go through the whole thing. Then I came back, picked you up and your mother, were in the car with your mother the whole time to go see my family. Where is there a situation where I could tell you something?
When I was on the phone with you.
When? When I was saying I'm on the way?
Yeah, we spoke for a couple of minutes. That's enough time. I'm sorry, here's the thing. Let me tell you something. If he already knows me, right?
I knew I was going to try to beat it. I didn't know someone was going to post it fucking 2 hours later. I was definitely going to have this conversation with you. I wasn't going to omit it, though. You're talking about omitting things is a lie. I was not going to omit that.
We're talking about communication and honesty right now. Communication means, let me tell you something. I already knew that there was a possibility that this person could be there, but I didn't think that they would actually go through with it because they don't work at this place. Their mission is just to still be in the mix, whatever. My point is, if the role was reversed, the minute I see that person, will be like, oh, here we go. Babe, this person is here. I'm letting you know. Boop, see you later. That's it. That right there is getting rid of all the shit that could happen 20 minutes and so on. It's already eliminating a fight because you know there's 60 people there that all have phones and all have social media, and we know that everyone posts this as soon as they leave or they're doing live Snapchats. So I see it on Facebook and immediately send him the picture and lose my shit. Why didn't I hear this from you? Why am I finding out 3 hours later? You had so many opportunities to tell me. He hit me up the minute he finished. He hit me up when he was on his way home. He hit me up when he was stopping for gas. I mean, come on. Communication. That is all I'm saying. Always beat everyone to the punch because you never know. He got himself into so much shit over something that he could have fixed in a moment's time. It wasn't bad at all. It wasn't bad at all, but it could have gone bad. Because then it just looks like he's hiding something. And did I say that? I said, then it looks like you are hiding something. Because now I already know you know my personality. And you already know that I'm going to go off on edge the minute I find out.
Okay, so communication.
There we go. He has.
How honest? That's the whole thing. How honest should you be? He was like, "Damn, your girl gained some weight." So he tried to fix it, right? And he was like, "No, but it's in all the right places. I just seen her walk past." I'm like, "You telling me you just see my ass jiggle? Like, come on, man." So it's all like, even if like Johnny came up to her, he's like, "Oh my God, you gained some weight, but it looks great. It's in the right places." Should she tell me that?
Yeah.
But it was honestly innocent. But what if I get really angry and then I want to fight a person I work with?
No, but you see, that when someone tells you a truth and what you do with it are two different things.
But if you know that like I'm crazy, but he had good intentions, but I could take it another way, and if you could avoid that confrontation, you don't think that you should omit things sometimes?
No.
God damn it! I thought I had it on that one.
No, you almost did, because I was literally just trying to sit and think back of how I would want it, but I always want someone to be honest no matter what. It's just
you're
like,
still being honest.
Okay.
But it could have been an interaction with just you and him. But if you tell me, it could go left.
Okay, so if a girl goes up to you and tells you, "Damn, your dick print is crazy."
That's not the same thing.
It is the same thing. No, you want to know why it's the same? You want to know why it's the same?
I can't gain weight in my dick.
No, I'm not saying. We're not talking about gaining weight. We're talking about the point of somebody saying something to only you and you omitting it. I'm not comparing it to that. I'm just saying that's somebody telling you something between you and them. Do you tell me? Or do you omit it because you don't want me to fight the person? You better fucking tell me. And you know why?
Why?
You know
so
why?
you can show up at my job and get me fired?
No, because you already know that you need to stay away from that person.
I already know that. I can't help it if I fucking have to escort
but
somebody.
But then you know what? I
something.
need to know how to look and how to act in front of that person. It's
but
not
you already
to
know
say,
the bitches that be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My thing is, I believe in 100% honesty. Reason being, in my past relationships, I was not. So turning the leaf for me is not turning it 50%. It's not being half-assed. I need to commit 100%. So all the mistakes that I made and all the things that I did in my past and lied about, I don't want to live through that anymore.
I know.
So with you, I take such a different approach. I need, like, to feel good inside, I need to be 100 with you. I need to be over 100 with you. I need to be able to leave my phone out in front of you and let it ring, and you do. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's necessary in a friendship, in a marriage, in a relationship.
We're talking about how honest should you be. So we're talking about everything. Like, like people, like, I wore my fucking pink sand suit, rose, whatever you want to call it, the other day. You think people didn't compliment every single person that said your suit looks nice? Or every single...
That's not a bad thing.
Or just like, oh, you look nice today.
That's
or like, you look good today.
That's not a bad thing.
All right, but that could be a bad thing.
So who said that?
Oh, see? Look, you see this shit?
No, but go ahead, since you spilling tea.
Numerous people, from dudes to females.
Well, what females?
Oh, so a man is then.
Go ahead, but spill.
No, I don't remember. Everybody said
now he doesn't remember, guys.
It's hard to narrow it down when everybody says
okay, name three. Three that matter that I know.
Name all lesbians.
Don't.
Dana said I look great. Shauna.
I don't care.
And
don't care. Try again.
Chanel said
no,
I look
I'm
great.
serious.
I don't remember. It's honestly
you don't remember who said nice to you?
Everybody said, "Oh my God." Nobody rocks pink suits, so everybody's gonna comment on it.
Well, did any of them say it in a way that made you feel like, oh, I need to watch out?
Yes, actually.
So who? Okay, so why am I finding out now?
Because she's a fucking bird.
I don't. But you see, do you see my point? Do you see how you don't get it?
No, honestly, she said everything that everybody else said, but just coming from her, it just felt like Harvey Weinstein-ish. You know what I mean?
Okay, like how?
I don't know. It just felt like she was undressing me the way she was saying it.
Well, say it.
I can't say it like her.
Well, say what she said.
Like, oh my God, you look good in that suit, but it's just the way. Yeah.
It was her tone.
There's a tone. Yeah.
Okay. Now, why am I hearing of this now? What, a whole week later?
Because I didn't think nothing of it until the subject was brought up.
Of course not.
That's that nervous. If you see this edited and then you see me with like Vaseline or like cover up, you know what it is. So.
No, I'm serious.
No, for
Like,
real. That's all.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you on this. Stop it. I'm serious. Stop it. You're feeling very weird right now, so you're acting funny. What I'm gonna tell you is, I don't care if it's small to you, if it means nothing to you. I need to know how to be in front of people.
Oh, you already know about that.
No, I don't. I don't.
Like the one else from the range.
Oh, that.
Just two people at one bar.
Yeah. I didn't know it was that person. Okay.
But you already know, like, she's one of those.
Yes.
You know?
Okay, well,
So
now I know. I did.
No, you knew that before. You seen the kids
from
two
that
niggas
moment.
at one bar.
Yeah, from that moment. Whores. Anyway, if you watch this.
Still subscribe below,
if you
bitch.
watch this, tread lightly and keep away from this heat right here because you don't want it. Anyway, I want us to be able to communicate in a way where it's fluid.
But I still feel like that's good communication.
We do have great communication.
Me omitting that, you feel the type of way like I'm not honest? Or hearing it for the first time now? I wore this suit like 2 days ago.
I know, but I should have known 2 days ago, not 2 days later when a topic is brought up.
I was waiting just for this moment.
Sure he was.
Just for our viewers to see the genuine reaction.
So you want to be embarrassed?
I wasn't embarrassed.
No, because what
I
I
see
will
how
do.
nervous I got though. Nah, it's the light. It's the lighting in here because I bought the big diva ring, so like it's still like has heat on it, and it's the summer in New York.
I need
so
to get
the
that
humidity-
clip of the little kid that's going.
Dreams that you had you could do so you want him to do you so much you could do anything.
But what I am saying is, if a guy flirted with me in a certain light, I'm telling you.
But like that, she said everything everybody said, but just the way she said it, and the tone she said it in, I'm like,
It made you feel uncomfortable with it. Yeah, I'm gonna go size up one day.
you're not saying she's trash.
Oh, I know.
My boys roast me all the time.
Let me tell you
I gained
something.
some weight,
No,
like, and I
please.
don't care.
But you know what? That means that they care because they're telling you the truth in a funny manner. They know how to tell you things.
Yeah.
So that's them trying to send you a message.
I don't think they care if I get fit.
It's not about them caring. It's about.
I think they like me fat for the
It's
jokes.
about them noticing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The fact
but
that
that's
they
just guys.
notice,
It's always gonna be honest. If you ever really want the real deal, get you a male friend. He will tell you the most realist ish
That's
ever.
right. That's right.
Or get you a gay male friend. He'll
Oh
keep it
my
even
God.
more real. Like, girl, what you doing coming out like that? What you selling? What you selling out here? All that rolls out here, man. What you doing?
I almost spit my water out. I'm sorry.
Girl, this ain't a bakery. What you got on them rolls out there for? Come on now. I'm about to put some butter on that fucking stomach.
Oh my God.
But straight up, guys really tell you the truth. Like,
I have a question for you. If your friend, a close friend, is getting cheated on, and you heard of it, and it's been confirmed, do you tell them?
That's a fact, 100%.
Okay. What if you heard it through the grapevine? You don't have any proof, but you heard it. Do you still relate
I'm
it
gonna
to
bring
them?
it to them, yeah, so they can confront their girl. Just be like, yo, I heard some shit. It might not be true,
But if it is,
check her.
I 100%
Like I had
agree.
like my boy, we don't know his name.
Mhm.
He had a girl that I did not get along with.
Had?
Had. No, I wish.
Oh, okay. I got so excited. Woo!
But I used to tell him 100%. I'm like, okay, you're happy, you're in love, but remember, bro, like, I used to always tell him, like, yo, you're too good for her. Like, yo, she brings the worst out of you. Like, all of our issues have been because of this girl.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew that, and with a grain of salt, he took it because, you know, you're still in love. You can't, that should
Yeah,
that
it
should
doesn't
blind
turn off.
you. You be like, and you'll be like, nah, everybody else is wrong. Like, nah, I'm gonna rock with her. But he actually took it into account, knowing that I am his friend, I do love him, and I am happy that he's in love, so I'm not just a hater.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, she brings the worst out of you. Every time we have any little issue, every time you come
And it
out
takes
of,
a lot to
yeah,
say
and every
something
time
like
you
that.
come out of pocket, it's because of something that she affected you with. And that he really took it into account, and that's the reason that they're not together anymore. So, not just because of me, but hopefully, like, he just seen, like, yo, I am acting different. Like, this is, and I told him, like, after everything happened, like, listen, you should always be with somebody that makes you better. You should never be with somebody that takes, stresses you out just because to try to make them happy. They should be trying as hard to make you happy as you try to make them happy, and just build.
It's 50-50.
Bro, when you understand that how bad my credit was when I met her.
He had a 0.
And just, we only been together for a year and a half. And since I met her, and I was with somebody else for 6 years with fucked up credit. You think one time it was try to fix my credit? No. It was about get a better job, do this, do that. But it was never about me trying to fix my credit, try to better myself to build a future. The first thing she did was try to build my credit. Now I have 2 credit cards. My credit score is in at least the 600 somewhere. And we're building and we're making each other better. Like, I'm doing this because of her. And I've got into it because it's actually fun. I love it. We talk about our issues. We're having fun. She's following her dreams. And I'm actually really on board.
Yeah.
But you should always be making each other better. I always tell her, like, follow your shit. I keep telling her, like, I'm going to tell her to quit her job. Like, I got us. And I just want you to be happy.
Yeah. Don't make me cry again.
Anyway.
Nature.
Alright, we're gonna cut it off because we went way too long. Only 2 subjects this time. We was about to do a whole phone call interview, but it went too long. So sorry for that person.
No, that person is chilling.
Sorry, Matt Damon.
Sorry, Vin Diesel.
No, man, Jimmy Kimmel. Sorry, Matt Damon. We ran out of time. We'll be on the next show. Don't worry about it. That's Volume 4 wraps. We'll see you next Thursday for Volume 5. We're gonna have all the questions up on her IG, my IG if I get to it.
And follow us on ours.
Yeah, couples things. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on, of course, subscribe to our YouTube. We're on Facebook. So just follow us everywhere. Trying to build this brand. Try to chase our dreams. And you chase yours. We love you. See you next week.
Bye, guys. Thank you.